what's up, what's happening, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Animation Station, and what's started to do anything and everything animation, including live action every now and then, including, in this case, the Power Rangers. We're winding it down now. We're almost done, because after this we just have Ninja Steel, Super Ninja Steel, Beast Morphers, and Dino Fury. Because Cosmic Fury is not out yet. And before you ask, yes, in September, I will review and watch Legend of the White Dragon. Just before you ask, I will review that. I will watch it. I'm very excited for that. And who knows, it might end up being one of my movies of the year. I've been surprised before, so. Dino SuperCharge. This one's a bit controversial, because I know there's some people that really hate this season and think it destroyed everything Dino Charge did right. And then there's some people on the other side which say, excuse me, how it was actually a really good improvement on Dino Charge that shook up the formula a bit. Well, I fall somewhere in the middle. It's definitely a step backwards from the first season from Dino Charge, but I still think it's pretty good. Like, aside from the finale, which is just crazy, especially if you try to think about it and try to make logic of it, which you shouldn't, because Power Rangers, they kind of threw logic out the window years ago. So, without further ado, let's get through our analytical stuff, which is going to be pretty short, because there's a few additions here, but aside from that, it's pretty much the same thing. So, let's start with our Rangers. We have Tyler, Chase, Koda, Riley, Shelby, Ivan, and Phillip all returning. Well, as well as Kendall. Almost forgot that one. And then we have 2 new Rangers. Yep, this brings the Ranger team number up to 10. Yeah, 10 Rangers on one team. It's crazy. And those are James, played by Reuben Turner. Excuse me. Allergies. As the Aqua Ranger. And then Xenowing, the Silver Ranger, played by Alistair Browning. Allergies hate me today. Now I know that technically he starts out as Darkwing, he starts out as evil, but I'm not listing it twice, okay? So, moving on to our supporting cast, we still have Keeper and Matt, but then we also have a new addition that was in one episode of the first season, and that is Heckle, played by Ryan Carter, who later, in the comic books, becomes his own Power Ranger, which I found interesting. I still have yet to read the comics, but from what I've heard, they're awesome. Especially, Lord Draven. Yeah, there's that. Then we have the villains, which are pretty much the same. Sledge, Poisandra, Fury, Wrench, Curio, and the Vivix. And then we also have one new addition in Lord Arcanon, voiced by Andy Granger. He's fine. He's in only 2 episodes, and he barely does anything. So, yeah, not a fan of him. Moving on now to the weapons. These are all pretty much the same as last time. Dino Blade Blaster, Dino Sabers, T-Rex Smasher, Parachopper, Stego Shield, Raptor Claw, Triceradrill, Triple Spike, T-Rex Chopper, Dino Spike, Terra Saber, and the Royal Dino Punch, which can now be used as both the Graphite Ranger and the Red Ranger. And then 2 new ones with the Ankylo Quake and the Titano Saber. Then the Battleizer from this season, which is also a bit of a disappointment because it's only exclusive to the Red Ranger, unlike Super Mega Force and Super Samurai, which had it pretty much universal to all the Rangers. And that's the T-Rex SuperCharge. It's fine. I feel like the white accents kind of throw it off a bit, and that chest armor with the giant T-Rex head. Yeah, it doesn't work. And the little spikes on the top of the helmet, no. It's just too silly. No thanks. Then the vehicles of the season are just the Dino Cycles. We don't get Tyler's Jeep in this one. And then the Zords, again, pretty much the same. T-Rex, Stego, Tricera, Terra, Pararaptor, Ankylo, Pachi, and Plesio. with the new additions of Titano and Spino. Or is it Spino? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm going to say Spino, because Spinosaurus. Then finally, for the Megazords, the Dino-Charge Tristego, the Terra-Charge, the Dino-Charge Tristego Terra, and the Plesio-Charge. And then 2 new ones with the Spino-Charge Ankylopachi formation and the Titano-Charge. Yeah, that's the analytics. I don't really want to talk much about the suit design because it's pretty much the same with the exception of the 2 new Rangers, which I like Aqua Ranger. It's a cool design with the very bright, like, aqua cyan blue, which is a nice contrast to Koda's more luminescent dark blue. And then the Silver Ranger is okay. I know I called Graphite Ranger Silver Ranger in the last video, and I apologize for that, but yeah, he's still cool, and I like him. Overall thoughts on the season? Like I said, it's a step backwards from Dino Charge, especially because of that very bizarre ending. Like, goodness, that conclusion left my head scratching more than a little bit. But aside from the weird finale, it's still a pretty good season. There's still some pretty good episodes in here, and, well, I'm not going to talk about who the Aqua Ranger is, because that's a spoiler, so. But yeah, it still has good things in it. It's still enjoyable, it's still entertaining, but it's still a pretty noticeable step back from Dino Charge. By no means bad, but by no means nearly as good. Like, I loved Dino Charge. You guys saw I gave that a 9 out of 10 in the last video. And as for Dino SuperCharge, it's very good, but it is pretty disappointing. Especially because this is the last season with this cast. Not the last time they'd show up, because they're in Beast Morphers, but still just a bit iffy. Oh yeah, and they're also in Ninja Steel. Can't forget that. Super Ninja Steel for the anniversary episode. But yeah, still a pretty good season overall, but it is a far cry from the greatness of the first season. Dino SuperCharge, in my opinion, gets a final verdict of a strong 7 out of 10. It is still very good, it's still entertaining, but it's held back by that very confusing, out-of-nowhere, bonkers ending. Like, seriously, that ending, ugh, that almost spoils the whole thing. But it still has mostly good writing, it's still mostly the same cast with some new additions, and it's still entertaining, it's still fun. I just don't think it's as great or as fun as the first season. You know what? Opinions are opinions. Maybe you like this one more than the original Dino Charge, and if so, that's fine. That's totally fine. I can completely understand both sides of the argument. Okay. Now it's time for me to tick off the internet once again with another hot take, because next time we're talking about a season that I personally really like, but I know a lot of people think is crap. But I completely disagree, and I'm going to tell you why tomorrow when we take a look at Ninja Steel. Oh, also the 2017 Power Rangers movie from Lionsgate. Yep, you're getting a double review tomorrow, so. Yep. Until then, thanks for watching. I'm Justin from Vietnamese Station. See you next time.